down the road in Brisbane is our next guest, Jessica Emily Odgers. Jessica had a dad that was into AC/DC and a mum that was in the Dixie Chicks. Country music won out over the heavy rock, eh?
Thank you so much for having me. Hard rock didn't really stick, but the country genre sure did. Obviously, I still listen to good old AC/DC, but I fell in love more with the storytelling of Keith Urban and Dixie Chicks and Shania Twain, and I was more drawn to that, of the storytelling rather than heavy guitars and big drums. So
I was interested to read there too that Taylor Swift really got you into country music, and you see around the local festival circuit so many kids 5-6 years ago all singing Taylor Swift songs. She had a real ability to engage young girls, didn't she?
For me, when I first started out and I sort of said to my parents that I want to sing, obviously I grew up around country music, sort of get to maybe an age and you're sort of like, oh, no, I don't know what genre I do like. I listen to what's on the radio, and that's not country. I sort of listen to a lot of pop artists, and when I discovered Taylor Swift and what she was doing with the country music scene and bringing it back to not only country music like your, granddad's music, but it's also your daughter's music, your sister's music, your brother's music, and it really brought back a whole other generation of people to listen to country music. So what she did, I think, was really inspiring, and I loved her songwriting and how she was such an how she still is such an entertainer. She is a huge inspiration to me, and she really, obviously she doesn't know this, but she really gave me that push to keep going towards the country genre.
Keith Urban sort of did that for the gents out there. They sort of went, wow, check this guy out there doing these mad licks on a guitar, being so entertaining, and brought more of the men into the scene, where we didn't really have that modern kick from a female artist. With Taylor Swift, Keith Urban, things like that, Carrie Underwood, they're getting commercial radio play. That's all becoming popular, which has helped our industry to pop up there. So I'm so glad that you got to listen to Taylor and push you into what you're doing.
That's exactly right. It's amazing now that country is getting more plays on mainstream radio, which is amazing because it does help our industry out a lot and sort of shows people what country music has evolved to.
When you're doing a show, do you prefer to sing the ballads, or do you prefer to sing more pop country, or do you mix it all up together?
I like to mix it all up together. I sing quite a bit of pop country, but I really love singing ballads or slow stuff. It really all just depends on the crowd and who's there and what they're feeling. If they're having a good time, I'm not going to tear them down with a tear-jerking song. It really all depends on the crowd, but I love it when I can perform to a crowd that's there to listen and to hear the stories and to know why I'm singing this song or why I wrote this song. It all depends on the crowd, but I love being able to tell any story, whether that be one that's a bit more slower or one that's more upbeat.
We're speaking with Jessica Emily Odgers, and Jessica's only 19. And have a listen to this, Trace. Jessica wrote, and I'll quote what she said. She said, "I write from my experiences and other people's experiences because other people have been through things that I haven't." Tell us about that process, Jessica.
Well, I started songwriting when I was about 14. So being a 14-year-old, I didn't really have that much life experience in me. Obviously, I didn't have a boyfriend, never went through heartbreak or fell in love. I just knew I wanted to write songs. So I would hear stories about other people, stories within my family. I would even sometimes I'd just go to the shops and I'd people watch. And I love to people watch. And anyone that I meet, I like to say they become a character in my story. So if they have a story that I think is brilliant or I think it needs to be heard, I will go and write that because I obviously haven't been through that. I think there's obviously going to be someone else out there that relates to that, but it's now my responsibility to put it into a song so people don't feel as alone, even if I haven't gone through it myself personally.
The normal social media outlets, the Facebook, all of that sort of thing, people can follow you?
Yes, they can. It's all just Jessica Emily Odgers. You type that in and you'll find me.
This is Jessica Emily Odgers and Candy.
Got me sweet like candy.